Today, Mark and I are at the Edmonds waterfront in Edmonds, Washington, at Marina Beach. And Mark is going to demonstrate how to test a syllogism for validity using the method of Venn diagrams. Take it away, Mark.
Okay. You guys already have experience doing Venn diagrams with immediate inferences, arguments with one premise. But sometimes you have syllogisms, arguments with two premises, something like this. All dogs are mammals. The second premise, all mammals are animals. Then our conclusion, all dogs are animals. Kind of a standard syllogism. And here's how you do it. First of all, you abbreviate your argument. Then you're going to have three overlapping circles. Two at the top, one down there at the bottom. You'll want to label each of the circles. Let's use the top premise to be our guide. Top left letter is going to be D. Make that the top left circle. Top right letter is M. Let's make that the top right circle. You're going to have one letter left down here at the bottom. Let's make that the bottom circle. So all the animals would be in the A circle, all the D's and all the dogs in the D circle, and all the mammals in the M circle. To diagram this, we're only going to diagram the premises. And as long as both the premises are universal, or if they were both particular, those sum kind of statements, it wouldn't matter which we do first. If one's universal and one's particular, we really do need to do the universal one first. Otherwise, you end up shading out half an X. It looks like a mess. It wouldn't work. So if you have the choice of a universal and particular, do the universal first. In this case, they're both universal, so it really doesn't matter. The picture's going to look the same either way. So let's start with the first one. You know that with universal statements, you're going to use shading. So the statement's about D, so the shading will be in the D area. So look at the D and the M circle. Just imagine those two. This is where the dogs would not be. If you were a dog, you would be here because you would be a mammal. So there would be no dogs that are not mammals. Do the second premise here. Just focus on the M and the A circles. All M are A. Again, we'll have shading in this area. This shows that all the mammals would be animals. This is where the mammals would be if they existed. They're not going to be out here. So we're only going to diagram the premises. Now what we want to imagine is this enough information to absolutely guarantee the information here in the conclusion? The conclusion is saying all dogs are animals. So any dog here would be in the animal circle. But we've got this shaded out here proving all the dogs, if they existed, would be in there. Since we know dogs exist, we can give this a traditional interpretation. And the way the traditional interpretation works is if there's only one quadrant in a circle that is unshaded, we put an X there, and the X means the same thing as it meant with immediate inferences. We're going to put a little circle around that X, indicating we're putting it there because we're giving it the traditional interpretation. So this would be a picture of the traditional interpretation of the argument, and it turns out to be valid. Paul, did you want to say something?
Well, okay, so I'll turn my mic on just a second here. So I'll just comment on a few parts of this. So we're imagining that all the dogs in the universe are in the D circle, all the mammals in the universe are in the M circle, and Mark's first premise, all dogs are mammals, Mark began by entering that information into the diagram. Think of it as entering information into the diagram. So to say that all dogs are mammals, he shaded the part of the dog circle that's outside the mammal circle. And then the second premise, all mammals are animals, think of it as taking that information and entering it into the diagram. And so when he shaded this region, he was saying that the part of the mammal circle that's outside the animal circle is empty. So that's what this shading said, that there's nothing in the mammal circle that's outside the animal circle. That says all mammals are animals. And then we look to see if that information guarantees that the conclusion must be true. And so he's entered the information from the premises alone, And does that guarantee that all dogs are animals? Does it guarantee that there's no dogs outside the animal category? Well, he's shaded everything in the dog category that's outside the animal category. So there's no possibility of a dog that's not an animal, according to the information contained in the premises. And that proves the syllogism to be valid. Very good.
Okay.